Hi everyone! Safe haven currencies climbed in the Asian session after former Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe was shot during the election campaign. Traders are also unwilling to risk ahead of the non-farm payrolls report. If this data is upbeat, the US dollar is sure to rise higher. In today's Asian session, the US currency was trading with a bullish bias. The US dollar index approached 107.56 amid risk aversion and expectations of jobs data. Judging by the chart, it's holding firmly at the current levels, consolidating in the range of 106.81, 107.79. Some analysts believe it may soon test a new 20-year high. There are many drivers for such growth. Its main rivals are now significantly weaker, especially the euro, which takes the greatest share in the basket. In the Asian trade, the euro-dollar pair fell to 1.0130 to a 20-year low due to the risk of an energy crisis in Europe. Perhaps it will slide lower during the European and American sessions. Since Monday, the US dollar index has already grown by almost 2%, notching its second weekly winning streak in a row. The NFP report of the US Department of Labor for June may also strengthen the US dollar as a safe haven asset. Strong data will be another reason for the Fed to proceed with monetary tightening. Moreover, yesterday two of the most hawkish FOMC members backed raising interest rates by another 75 basis points this month. At the same time, James Bullard sees a good chance the central bank will engineer a soft landing for the economy. Fed Governor Christopher Waller believes that the US economy is strong enough and the fears of a recession are overblown. He reckons that inflation is a tax on economic activity, and the higher the tax, the more it suppresses economic activity. He added that the Fed would do everything possible to rein in soaring inflation. Currently, central banks and their stance on monetary policy are highly impacting market movements. Former Prime Minister Shinzo Abe is in grave condition after being shot while delivering his speech today. Shinzo Abe is well known for his hawkish policies and his signature economic strategy of Abenomics. After the gunshot attacks, safe haven currencies such as the US dollar and the yen advanced in the Asian session. Analysts know that traders instantly flock back to the greenback and the yen following negative news. The Bank of Japan remains the only major regulator with an ultra-soft stance on monetary policy. The current inflation rate in the country totals 1.9%. At the June meeting, the Bank of Japan left the key rate unchanged and pledged to keep bond yields at zero. As Japan's monetary policy stance differs considerably from other leading central banks, the yen remains weak. It has already fallen to its lowest level in 24 years. In the first half of 2022, it lost almost 16% against the US dollar. However, the yen is rising slowly but surely amidst the fears of recession and the risk of a change in the Bank of Japan's monetary policy. In the Asian session, its price jumped by almost 0.5% to 135.71, moving in the upward channel. It's hovering in the range between the resistance level of 136.15 and the support level of 135.31. Analysts stress that the yen's appeal has also risen among investors. Now we see a broad consolidation between 134 and 137. Meanwhile, the Australian dollar is influenced by other factors. On the one hand, the US dollar is rising in anticipation of the NFP report and the Fed's rate decision next week. In addition, investors are unwilling to buy risk assets. As a reminder, the Aussie is a risk asset. On the other hand, China has announced a large package of measures to stimulate the economy for the second half of 2022. It may lead to an increase in oil prices as well as other commodities. This is positive news for the Aussie as well as for the Australian economy. The Australian dollar may climb amid growing commodity prices and optimism on China's trading flows. The Australian economy has almost fully recovered from the pandemic crisis, so there is no need for aggressive monetary tightening. The next RBA meeting will take place only on August 2. The Aussie is unlikely to receive support from the regulator. It has declined today to 0.6822 because of risk aversion. The Australian American dollar pair is trading in the red price corridor of 0.6840-0.6862. The loonie has a similar dynamic. Its lead to 0.6157 in the Asian session. It began to decrease versus the US dollar in the middle of last week. Since then, the situation hasn't changed drastically. Moreover, in the coming weeks, the New Zealand and US dollar pair may drop to the support level of 0.6100. If loonie breaks above 0.6230, there will be a chance of a trend reversal. In the Asian session, the pair was trading in the range of 0.6147, 0.6193. Current market news is rather mixed. We hope that timely and highly informative video reviews from the InstaForex TV team make your trading more comfortable and profitable. Subscribe to our channel and keep close tabs on market developments. See you!